This is called A Partner of 51 Years. I read the obituaries. I gather it comes with age. You either look at someone and say, wow, I've got maybe 10 more years, or you look at it and say, oh, she's already gone and not younger than me, you know. But one of the things I like is that the newspapers, when they have the obituaries, especially the weekend ones, they have a picture of the person when they were young, and then they have a picture of them now at the time of their death. And so it's really interesting to me to see. You'll see fellows in their World War II uniforms, you know, all crispy and the hat over to the side, and the women with their sort of roll hair before there was permanence. And then you see them now, and there's some weight gain and some hair loss, but still the same eyes. And I find that just interesting and somehow comforting to see the people going through their lifespan like that. And one day I saw this very, very beautiful young Chinese woman, just beautiful, delicate features, and then the person now, features thickened somewhat, age, yes, but still lovely. And I started reading, and it said, sadly missed by her partner of 51 years, Margaret. I just was stunned, absolutely stunned that that could be the case, and that could be the case now. And because I'm gay, I'm somewhat younger than they were, but I certainly know the times when the only time you could find a place to go where there were other people was somehow inevitably a basement bar somewhere. I mean, I've lived in London, I've been to New York, I've been to San Francisco when I was in Berkeley, and it was, I don't know why, would they always be basements, and why would they always be grungy, except of course we know the labor market economics in terms of income of women. And furthermore, when you would leave these places, you would actually have to look, and it was up because you were in a basement, look to make sure there was nobody out there waiting to sort of beat up on the lesbians as they were leaving, right, or somebody to follow you. And then there was about your friends or your family, and sometimes desperately wanting to talk to them, to tell them, and to, you know, share what you were with and the partner you were with. And so often not just somehow being able to do it. And sometimes when you did, they'd say, wait, what's the news? We've done it all along. And sometimes you lost some friends. And sometimes you lost some family. And so I wondered about them. I wondered, being Chinese, would this be even more difficult for them or not? I don't know culturally, but one gets the impression that it would have been even more difficult. Was the partner herself Chinese? Was she not? How would that have made things be? And I know there are changes now, but I wondered how they had gone through them and what it was. And, you know, I couldn't go and do a research paper or call someone up, but I wondered. And then as I began to read further, I began to get some of the answers. Because there was listed by the Margaret who's writing, those also who so sadly missed the woman who had left. And there were about 20 grandnieces, grandnephews, cousins, sisters, brothers, a huge extended family. And so obviously they had been able to be a part of that family, and probably for a long, long time, given the age ranges, right? And that was wonderful, wonderful to read, to know that they didn't have, at least I imagine for a significant part of their life, the isolation or the fear, that they had a true family that they were a part of. And as I read further, they began thanking the staff at palliative care. And they did so in great detail, in great detail. They named them by name, by their position, what they did, how much. I thought, this is a bit much. I mean, this thing is going on. And then I realized, no, Marylee, that's not a bit much. They're doing it because each of those people, when they were caring for that woman in her last days and weeks, they let them be, and they accepted them as who they were as a couple. They would have been able to be recognized as that. They would have been able to kiss each other, to hold hands, maybe tuck together on the bed like you do when someone's in that situation. They probably, even when they wanted to make some decisions, or would she go like this, or would this be comfortable, they would have asked the partner, They're not worrying about who's legally attached or whatever. They would have been truly there. And then there was the last sentence, and it said, "Rest well, my angel. God will bring us together soon." And I don't know how this soon was to happen or when, but what it made me think of is what they used to tell us when I would go to Sabbath school, and they would talk to us about heaven and how we would be together after we died, how we would be forever, and what heaven was like, okay? This is a fundamentalist Christian church, okay? Heaven really did have golden streets, streets of gold, and they were very long streets, and there would be just clouds of angels singing here and there, choirs of angels. And at the very end of the street, there'd be the throne, of course, of gold, and there'd be God sitting on it, you know? And you would come into that, and you would see the people who had gone before you. You would see that mother, that father, that brother, sister, partner. And you would run to each other. They told us about it. You would run to each other. And you would hug each other, and you would kiss each other. And you would be together then forever. And I just hope, for the sake of those women, that the stories that they told us are true. Thank you.